welcome to this explainer. Today, we are diving under the hood of what is absolutely shaping up to be one of the most unpredictable events in sports history, the 2026 World Cup. I mean, we're talking about a massive logistical feat. 48 teams, 104 matches, spread over 39 days. It is the largest and longest World Cup ever. And if you think you know how this tournament operates, well, you might want to buckle up. The 48-team era is completely rewriting the rulebook, bringing us unprecedented mechanics, wild milestones, and frankly, some off-field chaos that absolutely nobody saw coming. So what do a mouth-covering ban, a Trump Peace Prize, and the pop supergroup BTS have in common? I know, it sounds like the setup to a really surreal joke, right? But believe it or not, these are all very real defining elements of this exact tournament. In this explainer, we're going to untangle all these bizarre new rules, we'll look at some historic underdog triumphs, and we'll break down the shocking controversies that make this tournament an absolute anomaly. Okay, let's dive into Section 1, the good. On-field milestones and underdogs. Because before we get to the chaos, we have to talk about the absolute magic happening right there on the pitch. Just look at how fast these teams are striking out of the gate. The pace in the opening matches has been completely frantic. We saw Germany's Felix Nemechad net a goal in just the 6th minute. Then, in the 7th minute of their respective matches, we got lightning-fast strikes from New Zealand's Elijah Just, Sweden's Yassine Ayari, and an unfortunate own goal by Paraguay's Damian Babadilla. And right at the 9th minute mark, Mexico's Julian Quiñones made history by scoring the very first goal of this new 48-team era in the opening match against South Africa. The energy is literally off the charts. And speaking of lightning-fast impact, check out this number right here, 1:21. That's the incredibly short amount of seconds it took Canada's Kyle Larin to cement himself as the ultimate super sub. After being subbed on against Bosnia and Herzegovina, Larin found the back of the net in just 121 seconds to score a historic equalizer. That earned Canada their first ever World Cup point. Talk about making an immediate impression the second your number is called. Now, what's really interesting about this next slide is this number, 160,000. That is the tiny population of the island nation of Curaçao. They are officially the least populous nation to ever qualify for a World Cup. But here's the thing, they didn't just show up for the participation trophy. They pulled off an incredible David versus Goliath moment by scoring their first ever World Cup goal against football giants Germany. This is exactly why we love this game, right? The math says it shouldn't happen, but on the pitch, absolutely anything is possible. And the surprises just keep coming. The United States completely shattered their own records, scoring 4 goals in a single World Cup match for the very first time, crushing Paraguay 4-1. In that same game, Florent Balogun became the first American to score a World Cup brace, that's 2 goals in one match, since way back in 1930. We're also seeing the youth absolutely take over. Mexico's Gilberto Mora became the 6th youngest player to ever appear in a World Cup at just 17 years and 240 days old. Oh, and we definitely can't forget Cape Verde stunning the world, holding powerhouse Spain to a 0-0 draw to earn their first ever point. This 48-team format is absolutely delivering on the hype. Section 2, the bad. Strict new rules. Because, well, it isn't all fairy tales and underdog stories. FIFA is cracking down hard, and the players are definitely feeling the heat. Let me walk you through one of the most brutal new mechanics they've introduced to kill time wasting. It's a strict 3-step process for substitutions now. Step 1, your number is called to come off. Step 2, you have exactly 10 seconds to leave the pitch, period. Step 3, if you dawdle, drag your feet, or try to milk the clock, your team gets punished. Your replacement has to wait 1 full minute before being allowed to enter, which means your team is forced to play a man down during that time. It's a severe consequence, and it is completely changing late-game strategies. And the crackdown on stalling doesn't end there. Referees are now aggressively enforcing the pace of play with visual 5-second restart countdowns. When a team gets a throw-in or a goal kick, the referee literally counts down from 5 on their fingers. If the player doesn't restart play and pass that ball within those 5 seconds, boom, the referee strips them of possession and hands it right over to the opponent. It forces a level of continuous, high-pressure play that we really haven't ever seen on this stage before. So the crucial point here is that FIFA wants complete transparency on the pitch. Take a look at this, the mouth-covering ban. For years, you know how players have covered their mouths with their hands or their jerseys when arguing with officials, just to hide what they're saying from the TV cameras? Well, not anymore. FIFA has implemented an absolute zero-tolerance policy to aid lip readers. If you cover your mouth while confronting an official or an opponent, it is an automatic red card. You are out of the game. They are watching, and more importantly, They are reading your lips. Section 3, the bizarre, off-field drama and controversies. Because the strictness on the field is honestly matched only by the bizarre and shocking nature of what's happening outside the stadiums. And this brilliantly illustrates the extreme, almost jarring contrast of this tournament. On one hand, you have these high-level diplomatic ceremonies. I mean, during the draw in Washington, D.C., FIFA sparked massive controversy by awarding the first ever FIFA Peace Prize to U.S. President Donald Trump. But simultaneously, you have grim realities unfolding near the actual venues. Impartially speaking, the facts here are pretty dark. In Tijuana, Mexico, a rotting body was discovered in the trunk of a car parked at a supermarket, and that supermarket was located directly across from the stadium where the Iranian national team was actively holding their training camp. It's a very stark reminder of the complex, real-world environments hosting this global event. The logistical hurdles extend to the fans, too. The tournament's location has collided directly with strict U.S. immigration policies. Ordinary citizens from 4 distinct qualified nations, Haiti, Iran, Ivory Coast, and Senegal, were completely barred by a travel ban from obtaining visas. This means that fans from these countries, despite their teams rightfully earning a place in the tournament, were systematically prevented from traveling to attend the matches and support their players in person. And this border drama didn't just affect the fans in the stands, it actively impacted the tournament's official roster. Somali referee Omar Abdulkader Arten was scheduled to officiate, but he was denied entry into the United States. And this was despite him holding a completely valid visa for the event. As a result, FIFA was forced to just remove him from the tournament roster entirely. It's a striking example of how international borders and politics are directly shaping the personnel of the game itself. Now, with all these travel complications, and honestly with dynamic ticket pricing seeing some final match seats reach tens of thousands of dollars, a mystery emerged early on. Glaringly obvious empty seats during officially sold-out matches. When pressed on this, FIFA provided a highly questionable official explanation. They claimed on the record that the empty seats were simply, quote, due to fans standing in concourses rather than sitting in their assigned seats. Whether you buy that explanation or if you see it as a cover for pricing out everyday fans, it's definitely one of the glaring anomalies we've seen. Let's move to Turnham and see how this builds into Section 4, the spectacle, the global commercial machine, because every single aspect of this tournament has been optimized, packaged, and sold. Take a look at this comparison. We're all used to traditional breaks in football, right? A quick, tactical hydration pause when the weather is dangerously hot. Well, that is a thing of the past. The 2026 tournament features what we have to call commercialized hydration. These are now mandatory 3-minute pauses injected into every single half of football, regardless of the weather. And, notably, broadcasters are officially permitted to run TV commercials right in the middle of the half during these breaks to maximize that massive prize pool revenue. It fundamentally changes the rhythm of a sport historically known for its continuous 45-minute halves. This commercialization all culminates in the grand finale at MetLife Stadium. In a move that completely shatters World Cup tradition, FIFA announced there will be a massive Super Bowl-style halftime show during the final match. We aren't talking about a quick marching band here. This is a full-scale pop concert curated by Coldplay's Chris Martin, featuring a huge co-headlining lineup of Madonna, Shakira, and BTS. The World Cup final is absolutely no longer just the biggest football match on Earth. It has been engineered into the ultimate global entertainment spectacle. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to turn it over to you. We've covered a lot of ground today, from lightning-fast underdog goals and incredibly strict time-wasting rules, all the way up to mid-game commercial breaks and BTS halftime shows. Which 2026 anomaly shocked you the most? Was it the ruthless mouth-covering ban, the bizarre off-field drama, or maybe the sheer scale of the commercial spectacle? Take a moment to think about it, let us know your thoughts, and keep your eyes open. There are bound to be plenty more surprises before the final whistle blows. Thanks for joining me to figure it all out.